Coming up on UCF Nightly News, see what changes the Student Government Association is making that hasn't been done in 20 years.
And find out what UCF is doing to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month.
Also, learn how one of UCF's students got to present at the United Nations in New York City.
In sports, UCF football is back on the big stage and a pricey new tailgate area is coming soon. Nightly News starts now. Good afternoon and welcome to UCF Nightly News. I'm Milan Martinez.
And I'm Jayla Wilkes. Today is Friday, September 20th, 2019.
Yusuf Hassan, the accused suspect of a hit-and-run that killed a UCF student in June, was found tampering with his court-ordered alcohol monitor. UCF student London Harrell passed away in June following injuries from a hit-and-run accident. Harrell's parents asked an Orange County judge in court on Thursday to put Hassan behind bars, but the judge declined, revoking his $75,000 bond. Hassan faces vehicular homicide and DUI manslaughter charges. Nightly News will keep you updated with this developing story.
You may notice that UCF student government has a different look. The former Student Government Association is rebranding. They changed their logo for the first time in 20 years and removed association from their name. In a video posted by UCF SG, the rebrand offers free suits to students for rent to graduation, food trucks at Lake Claire, and more student-centered social media content.
We are approaching a brand new era here on UCF, and we want to make sure that we're moving in that same forward-looking and positive trajectory. And so this is just the beginning.
Two former U.S. congressmen visited UCF for a foreign public policy forum at the UCF Global Building. Former U.S. House members Gary Franks and Mike Capuano spoke to students about foreign policy and trade. The forum is a part of a nationwide program that invites former Congress members to share their experiences with students. The speakers talked about past votes, campaigns, and district policies. Students were encouraged to ask questions about the speakers' stances and actions as acting congressmen. Capuano said it's important for students to get involved in politics both on and off campus.
UCF ranks in the top 100 schools for Hispanic students in the U.S. according to Hispanic Outlook magazine. UCF became a Hispanic-serving institution last year with nearly 17,000 undergraduate Hispanic students. UCF continues to expand research and partnership with Latin Americans. The university made big strides over the past few years in its commitment to support underrepresented students. In 2017, UCF began offering in-state tuition waivers to students from Puerto Rico to help with financial hardships after Hurricane Maria hit the island.
It's made for us, and now we get in-state tuition until 2024 because people from Puerto Rico kept coming after the hurricane. Even semesters after it happened, people kept coming in, and all those people got the opportunity to study here with in-state tuition, and that's incredible. That's awesome.
This month, UCF celebrates Latinx Heritage Month and what it means to be a Hispanic-serving institution. For more information on National Hispanic-Serving Institutions, visit diversity.ucf.edu. Hispanic Heritage Month starts Sunday, September 15th.
And I hear Carolina has some details about that. What do you have for us?
Hello everyone, this week was the start of Hispanic Heritage Month. This is a special year for UCF. Last year we became a Hispanic serving institution, so the festivities are in full swing. This year UCF calls the month Latinx Heritage Month. Let's take a look at how UCF is celebrating this week. On Monday, the Multicultural Student Center hosts Addressing Anti-Blackness and Colorism in the Latinx Community. It will take place in the Cape Florida Ballroom from 12 to 2 p.m. On Tuesday, students are invited to dance the night away with the dance club Pulso Caribe. Head over to the arena patio stage from 7 to 9 p.m. if you're interested. There are several events on Wednesdays. From 3 to 5 p.m., LGBTQ+ services host a safe zone in Español. Students can learn about issues affecting the LGBTQ+ community. The session will be in both English and Spanish. The College of Medicine hosts Latinx panel discussion from 3 to 4 p.m. Lastly, head over to the Live Oak Ballroom to play games from different Latin American countries. Multicultural Student Center will host this event from 6 to 8 p.m. That's all the time I have for now. Remember, this year, UCF celebrates Latinx Heritage Month from September 13th to October 21st. I'm from Argentina, so I plan to spend time with my family and eat typical food from my country, such as asado or barbecue. Jayla, Milan, how are you guys celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month?
Well, I'm going to eat some Cuban food and dance to some Latin music to celebrate my Cuban heritage. What about you, Jayla?
Well, I'm going to attend that Dance the Night Away event that Carolina mentioned. UCF Charge On electric vehicle display lined up a variety of electric cars for viewing. The owners of these electric cars made it their mission to inform others the benefits of driving electric. National Drive Electric Week is a nationwide celebration to heighten awareness and highlights the benefits of plug-in vehicles and electric cars. The idea of National Drive Electric Week at UCF is to emphasize going green and teaching students that it's not expensive to drive electric. Dempsey Perno, a UCF outreach assistant, says there are plenty of expensive options to go green.
So I think that this will promote a sense of it's cool to drive an electric vehicle. It doesn't always have to be just a Toyota Prius. So I think that it's becoming a lot more accessible for students to purchase a little bit less expensive electric vehicles or hybrid vehicles. So that makes a huge difference.
The Department of Energy states electric cars are more digitally connected. For more information, visit their website at sustainability.ucf.edu. Well, Milan, it's looking a bit cloudy when I came in this morning.
I know, it looked like it was about to rain when I came in, but let's see what Manada has for us.
Yes, ladies, it did sprinkle a little bit this morning, but right now it's partly cloudy and it's 76 degrees outside. The humidity is at a 79% and the winds are coming at us east at 12 miles per hour. And you might not need your umbrella today because the chance of rain is only 20%. So I hope you guys get out and enjoy the good day today. Back to you, ladies.
Coming up next on Nightly News, learn how Pride Commons is educating UCF on gender pronouns and the LGBTQ+ community.
Plus, a unique way an on-campus lab is treating patients with PTSD.
LGBTQ plus awareness is a prominent subject in Hollywood and here on UCF's campus. I will give you more insight on gender pronouns and the efforts that are made here on campus.
Weekend, Sam Smith took to social media and asked fans to use the pronouns they, them when referring to them. Students on UCF's campus, like Sam Smith, frequently use their voices to advocate. They started off the fall semester in full force, hosting the first Pride Chat of the season. Pride Director for the Multicultural Student Center, Percy Crabtree, serves as UCF's direct source.
It really kind of creates a less stress on the LGBT and trans community to be able to know that this person understands. And it's kind of a silent way of saying, hey, I get you, I'm an ally.
Pride Commons serves as a place of comfort.
Just behind these doors is a safe space where students, faculty, and staff are educated on LGBTQ plus topics and gender pronouns. This is among the numerous resources here on UCF's campus where people can share their experiences and their stories.
Brittany Albray, pronouns she, they, says she goes to Pride Commons every time she's on the main campus.
I just basically, just learned that it's just good to be yourself. And you can be yourself around others, even if they're not the same as you.
Many of the LGBTQ plus resources are all over UCF's campus. In Orlando, Jayla Wilkes, UCF Nightly News.
Pride Chats are an open, bi-weekly discussion and explore various aspects of the LGBTQ plus community. The Department of Social Justice and Advocacy continues to provide services that foster the UCF community.
Not every UCF student is able to say they've presented at the United Nations headquarters in New York City. But third-year student Sarah Kelleher can. Kelleher represented Limitless Solutions and discussed gender, disability, and technology at a conference at the UN last weekend. Limitless Solutions is a nonprofit company that develops 3D printed prosthetic limbs for children at no cost. Kelleher says the issues she discussed at the conference are Limitless Solutions' core values.
Every day to empower others and to make the world a little bit more inclusive every single day. So the opportunity for us to be there and on such a global stage and have a voice and be able to empower others, that's always our goal. So it was a huge step for us that day.
Kelleher says Limitless Solutions aims to be an agent of change in the areas of gender and disability. For more information, visit limitless-solutions.com.
The Board of Trustees is moving forward in their search for a new president. In a meeting yesterday, the board voted unanimously to start a national search for the next president. The search will begin immediately. Interim President Thad Seymour Jr. will stay in his position until they find a new one. He's served as interim president since March. However, Seymour says he won't be a candidate for the full-time position. The board says their goal is to have a new president in office by the summer of 2020. So far, interim President Thad Seymour has done a great job of filling in the position.
Yes, hopefully the next president will continue to move UCF forward.
When we come back, find out more about the global climate change strike starting today.
myself. A global strike change is beginning today and will go through September 27th. According to globalstrike.net, millions of people across 150 countries are gathering to strike around places like pipelines and mines, and some will be raising awareness in their respective communities. School students originally started the climate strikes by skipping school on Fridays to strike for climate change. War veterans are turning to a UCF lab for PTSD treatment. UCF Restores specializes in PTSD treatment using virtual reality. They use VR technology like audio-visual simulations that can be adjusted to recreate specific scenarios. Patients are immersed in their traumatic experiences through the VR goggles to help disassociate triggers. UCF Restores is set to launch pop-up therapy programs at these 3 military camps this fall. Clinical psychology doctoral student Brandon Matasumeya regularly works with students receiving this treatment and says it's a rewarding job.
Coming here and working with them, yes, I am exposing them to the worst days of their lives repeatedly, but by doing so, I'm able then to help, for lack of a better term, liberate them.
This type of therapy is now being offered not only to veterans, but now first responders as well.
UCF extended the donation drive to October 4th. The school continues to help people in the Bahamas that are recovering from Hurricane Dorian. Some of the supplies that are needed vary from bottled water, first aid kits, and non-perishable food. If you are on the main campus, students can drop off supplies at the Student Union in room 153.
I'm so excited to go to Disney this weekend, and I hope the weather is just as nice. How about you, Jayla?
Well, I'm looking forward to spending some time outside. Let's see what Maneta can tell us about the weather.
Well, lucky for you ladies, it's going to be actually a beautiful weekend, but first let's get into our state highs. In Miami, it's going to be 84. In Orlando, it's going to be 88. In Tampa, it's going to be 89. And in Jacksonville, it's going to be 84 as well. And in Tallahassee, it's going to be 88. Now let's get into our state lows. In Miami, it's going to be 80 degrees. In Tampa, it's going to be a cool 72. In Orlando, it's going to be 71. In Jacksonville, it's going to be 71 as well. And in Tallahassee, it's going to be a breezy 69. Now let's get into our 5-day forecast. On Saturday, it's going to be 88 degrees, and our low is going to be a 70. On Sunday, it's going to be 86, and our low is going to be a 60. On Monday and Tuesday, we're going to see those temperatures hike up to the low 90s. On Monday, it's going to be 89. On the low is going to be 70. On Tuesday and Wednesday, it's going to be a 91, and the lows are going to be in the low 70s. So enjoy the beautiful weekend and have fun at Disneyland this weekend. Milan, back to you, ladies.
Thanks so much. The UCF Knights have another big test, this time on the road against the Pittsburgh Panthers.
Plus, find out how a new way to tailgate could cost you thousands.
Hey Knights fans, I'm Chris Wolf, and this is a UCF Nightly News Sports Update. After possibly the biggest regular season win for UCF football last week, the Knights have another tough test this weekend when they take on an ACC opponent in Pittsburgh. Nightly News reporter Eddie Messel has more, previewing tomorrow's game.
Although UCF crushed Pitt in last year's 45-14 win, this year could be a little different in Pittsburgh. UCF's defense is led by key players like Aaron Robinson, who will look to continue their dominance and force more turnovers in this game.
Take the ball, so that's a pretty good goal, pretty big goal for us every week going into a different game.
This fearless UCF Knights football team, who plays in Spectrum Stadium right behind me, has even won some respect from some UCF haters like Kirk Herbstreit, and athletic director Danny White has taken notice. Herbstreit said on an ESPN podcast that the Knights need to be taken seriously, as well as tweeting, "He has seen the light." Danny White responded thanking Herbstreit and saying he's proud of the team. Tight end Jake Heshik says the Knights just have to stick to the game plan.
Try to keep that role going, and whatever the game plan is for next week, I embrace my role in it and work hard to know what my job is, what I need to do, and looking forward to this next game at Pitt.
If UCF beats Pitt, they will set themselves up for a playoff appearance at the end of the season. In Orlando, Eddie Messel, UCF Nightly News.
UCF will continue to be led by standout true freshman Dylan Gabriel, who has completely surprised not only UCF fans, but college football fans everywhere. The game will kick off tomorrow at 3:30 at Heinz Field. With the new UCF Lazy River coming in 2020, more information has been just released, with many students not too happy with the news. Nightly News reporter Nicole Coughlin has the latest.
The new UCF Cove Gating experience is officially set to open in 2020. When students got this news, they were ecstatic. But with new flyers being released, it has many feeling as though this fun and relaxing river is truly only an amenity student athletes can enjoy.
Many UCF fans are ready to make the switch from tailgating to cove gating, but it may not be as many fans as you think, with only 250 spots available.
If you would like to be one of those 250 participants, the annual membership comes in at $2,500. Many students shocked with this price.
I would never, no. Like, if it was free, I would do it, but I wouldn't pay $2,500. Like, I don't know who has that kind of money.
After reaching out to UCF Athletics about this choice, they stated they were not yet in a position to provide details on the Lazy River. The advertisement gives reason to believe regular participants will have to pay the large membership fee, while student athletes can enjoy this amenity for free.
I definitely think we'd get some really good use. I don't know much of the details about it, but I could definitely go and float on the Lazy River right now, so if that was here, I would definitely get a lot of use out of it.
If cove gating seems like your kind of tailgating, be sure to secure one of the limited spots before they're gone. In Orlando, Nicole Coughlin, UCF Nightly News.
The newly named McNamara Cove is set to open for the 2020 football season. That's it for sports. Now let's toss it back to Milan and Jayla at the desk.
I'm so excited.
UCF's women's soccer women continue to stay hot. The Knights played on the road yesterday in California, battle Long Beach State. UCF came out with a 2-1 win after goals from Zandy Sore and Ellie Marino. The game was tied up until Marino put the game away in the 89th minute. The women will be back on the pitch in California this Sunday as they get set to take on UC Irvine at 2:30 p.m. The 15th ranked men's soccer team was also on the road this week, staying in Florida, to take on the 18th ranked Florida Gulf Coast. The Knights improved their record to 4-1-1, beating the Eagles 4-1. The men, led by standout senior forward Hal Jennings, has scored all six games for the Knights. The men's team will be back on the road Sunday as they travel to South Carolina to take on the Gamecocks at 6 p.m. UCF Volleyball plays in the Sunshine State Classic this weekend at the venue at UCF tonight. They face Florida Gulf Coast at 7 p.m. tomorrow. The team plays Miami at 11 a.m. and Florida Atlantic at 7 p.m. The Knights are looking to bounce back after dropping games to Marquette and Illinois State last weekend in the Redbird Classic. That's all the time we have for sports. Now back to Milan in jail at the desk.
That's our time for right now. Thanks for joining us. And remember, you can always keep up with us during the week on our Instagram at UCF Nightly News.
And if you've got a story idea you want us to know about, send it our way. You can reach us at nightlynews@gmail.com. Thanks for watching and have a great day.
Coming up on UCF Nightly News, see what changes the Student Government Association is making that hasn't been done in 20 years.
And find out what UCF is doing to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month.
Also, learn how one of UCF students got to present at the United Nations in New York City.
In sports, UCF football is back on the big stage and a pricey new tailgate area is coming soon. Nightly